We're back on Red Purple Luffy, and today I'm trying out a bit of a different build. I'm trying out 4 of the Tenkos Shanks, right? Because in theory, ramping to this card is ridiculous. Getting it down on like a turn or 2 early seems pretty crazy to me. So I thought, hell, why not? We'll just slam 4 Shanks into a Red Purple Luffy deck, and we'll try and get there fast. So I think the results are somewhat mixed. If you get it, great, but a lot of the time you don't see it, and then he sort of appears in the late game, and he's not great when you're playing him because you can't use Dom -1 unless you've already got Kid on the board. If you can get Kid on the board and to stick, the Shanks after Kid is crazy. That combo is wild, but you just don't see it a lot of the time. I am thinking that this build might just want more of the Kids, less of these Ben Beckmans, but then we sort of struggle with counter. So I'm not sure. More cooking definitely needed. I think if you want to run Shanks, I would definitely increase the copies of Kid, just because you need that on-board Dom -1 effect to get one back for the Gum Gum Giant after you play your Shanks. I think that's something, if I was going to recommend going forwards, do more Kids, maybe just cut a Ben, maybe cut a Roger. The Roger's not too crazy. When you see him, sometimes he's good, sometimes he's just really ass. So you could cut him and maybe 1 Ben for 2 more Kids. That could be kind of cool. But either way, these are the games I've had on the ladder. We're up to 1.1 billion on the bounty. We're getting up to those higher ranks now. Opponents should be getting mostly a bit better. I will say there's a Marco game in this video. I know you might be thinking, right, Marco is kind of not the most competitive deck. You've got to check this guy's build out. If for nothing else than his build, it's crazy. It's a crazy build. It's definitely something I'm going to be looking at probably quite soon on the channel. I want to give it a go. It looked really cool. No spoilers, of course. But yeah, make sure you check out the Marco game. Either way, let's get into some games. Okay, Lucci, this is going to be a tough matchup. I'm going to go first. We do get the Zorojuro. Hopefully he won't be able to remove it on his forward-on turn. There is a good chance that he won't be able to remove it. He would have to have a Lucci, basically, in hand, which would cost him quite a lot of resources anyway, if he did want to remove it. Let's attack in 6 on 5. We're going to gain a lot of resources out of him in this matchup just by being big, which is quite nice. We'll deploy this. Hopefully we get the ramp with it, because the rest of our hand is not looking too hot. But, you know, what can you do? Next turn, we're looking like either big swings or queen. Well, he's going with the big swing. We'll take that one. We get a Sanji. That's okay. Okay, we get a Bonclay, so we can do double ramps here. I like double ramps. So let's go 6 with Zorojuro. Then we can ramp up again and do 7 with Leader. And next turn, we're ready to start playing our enormous men, which is awesome. What did he mill? He milled a Lucci and an Ice Age. Pretty good. Pretty good. Big fan of double ramping. We're going to draw to 9, and we're going to ramp to 10. We can drop Shanks as early as next turn, which is pretty insane. Going to be reasonably hard for him to deal with it. The Shanks on 8. Actually 1 Ice Age down. See what he wants to do with his turn here. Okay, Soap Sheep's pretty good. So he can do a Lucci here to remove both. That's strong. Yeah, that is strong. That is strong. Then he can swing him for 6. We'll give him the queen here. Fine. What did he mill? He milled a Khalifa. Turn back. Okay, so his trash is pretty terrible. Let's ramp up. I think I'm going to get the Shanks down. Just try and get it to stick. And then next turn we can maybe do something like a Nugate. He takes the 6 as well. He's got no 2s. That's pretty interesting. We're going to get him down to 1 life already, which is awesome. And if he can't remove this Shanks, we can actually go for game next turn with Nika, which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Yeah, he's on 8, so Moria is live, but won't be summoning back very much of value. He has Ice Age Jack, that's simply not enough. Needs to be able to reduce by 7, only do 6 with Ice Age. So he's going to need multiple events, or an event and a character, and then a cheap removal like another Lucci, which might be reasonably hard for him to get here, you know. We've had a pretty good draw, I will say. We've had a pretty good draw. That Zorojuro living a turn was crazy. And yeah, on this next turn, we've got some good options. I like the Newgate. I also like the Ben. He plays some kind of blocker. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to wake myself up there. He goes with the Sabo. Okay, that's pretty good. We can do Ben, right? He's going to go 6 on 6 and then 7 on 6. Now we're going to have to take one of these. Unless we want to give him the Ben. I do kind of want to play the Ben, though. Just to get rid of this Sabo. So I think we'll take this one. Well, I'd rather have a card. Yeah, I'll use that. We just get a card. It's nothing too crazy, but you know, it's all good. 7 on 6. We'll go. No, you can have the 2k there. Got no Gum Giants. Not a huge fan of. Could go with the Monkey D. Luffy to draw a card. I also do think there is some validity in just playing the Newgate this turn. Because we don't have much counter. And this is going to give us that bit of defense. His trash is not looking too crazy. No Spandine. Always good. No Tsuru or Helmeppo as well. I do love getting rid of this. So if we got rid of this for 7, we could do 9, 12. I think I'm going to go with the Newgate. I really do want the defense. We've got no counter. It sucks. We've got the 1k with the Beckman and that's it. Yeah, I'm going to go with the defense on the Newgate. I'm also going to hold one up to bluff the Gum Giant. Go 8 on 5. He didn't seem to have any 2ks earlier anyway. So this might cost him a lot of cards. It's cost him 3 cards. Double Spandines and a Tsuru. Nothing too crazy, but regardless. Then this will cost him the Sabo. Yep. So he's going to know we've got one. He's going to think, at least, that we've got one for Gum Giant. If he does go with any kind of removal, got to be careful, because Newgate is obviously much smaller than Shanks. But Newgate says kill Rebecca, which is pretty good. Kill Rebecca. I'm a fan of Kill Rebecca. I hate Rebecca. And Newgate's, when attacking, could come in pretty clutch here. Help us get rid of Rebecca that comes off of Moria. He does have the full combo now. He has Moria, Rebecca, Spandine, Tsuru, Lucci. So depending on what events he has, he can remove anything. Probably only be able to remove one of these though. Even if he had double Ice Age, that's not enough. That's not even close to enough, honestly. So yeah, it's a tricky spot for him. There's a Tempest Kick. Looks like he's thinking to remove the Shanks, which I respect. We do have the Nika. He needs a blocker. We also have this. Rush Luffy. Could be pretty good. Another Tempest Kick. Okay, so Shanks is a 4. 5 on 8. Shanks is now a 3. Mill, a Kaido, and a Who's Who. Gotta be Moria, right? There's Moria. Rebecca to do Brook. He didn't. No, he needed all that. Yeah, this Banding Lucci can come out. That's fine, but I think we just win, don't we? We're in a pretty good spot here. We're in a pretty good spot. Yep, he's doing all the things. But he's got 6 cards, and we know from him giving us double 1s last turn, max one of these is a 2k. So I think us going with the Rush Luffy is best, because we can do Don -1, ramp it back, and then Newgate use his when attacking to clear the Rebecca. That seems pretty good. The other option is we just do 12 with Newgate, clear the Rebecca, and then do 14. To be honest, that might just be better. That probably is just better, actually. Yeah, let's just do that. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. 12, kill Rebecca, and then do 14. And he's not going to have the counter for a 12. He's definitely not going to have the counter for a 14. Trigger. That. I lose a card. Sure. Have my Newgate. Thanks for the win. Well played. Well played to our opponent. He seems to have a little bit of an iffy start, but we went pretty crazy with it, right? Shanks on our 4th turn was wild. I thought Lucci was going to be a tough matchup, but hey, when they don't remove your Zoro, feels pretty good, man. If you've made it this far, please consider subscribing. We'll have more Red Purple Luffy content up with more of those kids like I was saying about. Okay, Marco. This is the first Marco that I've seen in OP06. He's chosen 2nd. We'd go from 5 to 6, draw to 8. I don't actually hate this hand, to be honest. Even though we don't have the Zoro, I think I'll keep. I'll just pass on 1. So Marco's got some interesting cards that they've played, but I don't think this deck really gained much new from the new set. Maybe they can play the Shanks. Maybe they can play Ben Beckman. Ben Beckman's a pretty good generic card. Yeah, well, we do draw the Zoro, so I think I'd be a fool not to play it. We can even get the double ramp next turn, which is pretty hot. We get an Otama out of his hand. That's fine. We should be able to go pretty aggressive into him here. One thing that is a bit of a bummer is because he wants to use his leader effect anyway, he's very much incentivized to put a Don on his leader. He sent a card to the top, so this is going to be Ivankov. Next turn, we're going to Bonclay and Zorojuro. He's probably going to then attack into the Zorojuro, at least with something. So I think we're okay to just counter this one with... Beckman's not bad, though. Beckman's not bad. I'm going to take this one. No trigger. We get a 2k there. That's quite nice. Yeah, this is going to be the... Okay, what the... Chopper? Okay, now I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned. I feel like into these... if this is the same as like a Zoro deck, we need to get rid of these guys, right? Because he's gonna have some crazy aggro. I think we're gonna be able to staple it down a little bit next turn with the Newgate if we choose to go that route. But either way, I think I do want to slow him down a little bit. We'll attack into this chopper, ramp up, then we'll ramp up again, and then attack 7 at life. Get a swing in here, get him down to 3. Yeah, I mean, Animal Marco, I'm here for it. I'm here. I guess you can guarantee your hits. That's quite cute, you know? That is quite cute. You guarantee your 3-cost chopper hits a thing. Interesting. I'm interested in this now. Yeah, and you can deal with the board very easily. I'm not worried about Zorojuro dying, of course. Yeah, this is pretty cute. I kind of like it. You're going to play out another one of these blockers. Okay. Yeah, well, you got that one. That's no problem at all. See what he's got for 5 here. We're probably just going to go with the Newgate next turn. We'll go with the Luffy, though. Here's another option. We're going to have 10 Don. We will be able to hold one up for Gum Gum Giant regardless, which is awesome. See what he plays out with the rest of his... Okay, well, yep, fair enough. We will be taking that one. Going to go with the Newgate then, I think. Definitely don't want to be just taking a whole bunch of swings to the face. We'll ramp up. Yeah, because even if he just does a big swing at face with the Newgate, we're okay with that. It's no problem. We do need to take out this chopper though. We want to attack the Bonclay? Not really. If we go 8 into 5, he probably lets it die. He held 1 up for Brad Beam. Not sure. Let's deploy this. Go 8 into 5. Try and get rid of this. If he saves it from this, we'll attack again with the Bentham. It's like not the end of the world. He's had a guard point. And this really is a chopper themed deck. Pretty cool. But either way, these characters aren't doing very much. Now we're at 8k power. Try and at least remove this one. This one's easy for us to get rid of. Oh, we got a 2k. Never mind. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we can chain another Newgate next turn. We can also start blockering up with Queen. We are at 1 life, which is a little bit spooky. This is the sort of position where the 9-cost Linlin would actually be really good. Just to get you away from that 1 life and get back up to 2. Would also clear this chopper for what it's worth, but... yeah, he's on 8. If he wants to swing in just big, he's not going to get any value. Because we can Gum Giant out of it. Would cost us quite a lot of cards, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. And from there we can chain another Newgate, which is pretty good. And there's a dragon. Don't love that, but he's not going to get a ton of value from this dragon. He can take out the Mr. 2 and then swing in for 9 on 8. Which is not great. Just a 2. Interesting. Yep, you can have that. Mr. 2's gone all day long. Brings out another blocker chopper. Huge fan, but what can you do? Can you do? Shame this doesn't hit a 4k. That would be really good. We'll give him 2 here. Give him this Sanji. And you can't swing anymore. Yep, very nice. So I do like getting Kid down. I do like getting Kid down. But I also really want to deal with this dragon. Dragon is spooky. We could do 11 at dragon. That would just kill the chopper though, wouldn't it? Realistically. I do like getting Kid down for that perpetual buff on our leader though. I think it's worth. Yeah, I think it's worth doing. Do we ever just start going at life? Possibly. Do we just push the pace at life, you know? Not too bad. We could go with another Newgate as well. Buff our leader up again. Pretty hard for him to do anything with these choppers with our leader just being so big. I think taking a turn off for the Kid is fine. I'm gonna go... I can't make my mind up. I can't make my mind up. This build's throwing me off. This is crazy. It's a crazy build. And we'll go 11 at dragon. Just eat this blocker. It's fine. Yeah, I'm going to go 11 at dragon to eat the chop. Eat the blocker. No way he lets this go. I mean, if he gives us his hand as well, that's also not too bad. Yeah, he just gives us the blocker. It makes a lot of sense to me. We'll deploy this. Use the card action. Set 1 back. Buff the leader up. We'll ramp back. We're at 7. Could do 9 on 9. I think there's much point. Just do 9 base, I guess. Or we could take out the blocker so we don't have to deal with it next turn. Yeah, let's take out the blocker, just so I don't want to deal with these blockers. I'm sick of him. That's 3 of the chopper blockers gone as well. So the chance of him finding the 4th one is very low. I don't really care about anything else this chopper summons. He's just kind of too weak for me to be bothered about. Especially now that we've got Kid on the board. If he wants to just swing in big, we'll play Queen next turn. If he wants to measure his attacks and we can get out of them, then we can go with Newgate or Rush Luffy. The possibilities are endless, as they say. Will be interesting. He could do a Sanji combo this turn. Sanji combo would be decent, but he wouldn't have much to do in the way of attacking. Just this dragon and potentially whatever comes off of the Sanji, which would be okay for us. I wouldn't hate that. If that is the case, we would probably be required to just push everything at his face. But he's going to go bottom, debuff the Newgate. Probably won't be swinging into the Newgate, but you never know. If he does just swing big into the Newgate, I will take that. 9 into 7. We'll go no on this one. I'll trash the Luffy. I think I value the Newgate more next turn, potentially. Is that true? Is that true? That might not be true. The Rush Luffy's pretty good too. Yeah, I'm going to trash the Newgate. 1, 2. Go to Newgate. Buff this. Oh, if we also get a Shanks. Shanks is good now that we've got Kid on the board. because we can bring one back for Gum Gum Giant. No idea what he's doing with the rest of this 9 Don. But if this is going on leader into Newgate, that's no problem. You can have the Newgate. It's all good. All good. Yeah, I'd love that if this went into the Newgate. That would be awesome. Okay, Red Rock. That effectively just going into the Newgate, I guess. One for a Nami. Okay, Straw Hat. This is a weird build. This is a weird-ass Marco build, but it's kind of popping. Can't lie. Another Red Rock. Not a huge fan of I'm not a huge fan of that at all, because if we drop the Shanks, we can do 7 into 7. We'll give him a Ben Beckman. And he's just going to try and summon a man. He gets a chump blocker. I'm not a huge fan of that. Newgate can obviously drive by that. We do have the Jambay as well. He's got one for guard point. We know he's got a Red Rock in his hand. I think we're doing the Shanks. We've got to take out this dragon. We can ramp one back. We don't have a Gum Gum Giant. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that. We also do have a reasonable amount of counter. He can Red Rock our Shanks. That is then going to limit the rest of his turn. And if he just Red Rock in the Shanks, I honestly think that's fine for us. I'm going to go with the Shanks. Back into the Dragon, 12 on 8. Probably get the kill here. I also do think I want to deal with this Chopper, because the blocker is genuinely quite annoying if he does play out something more meaningful. But yeah, I can't... If he wants to save this, he's got to give us like the guard point and a 2k. And then we know this is a Red Rock, so we can just clear this more than likely with the kid. Very possible that he could save it. Oh, he had the... Sure, I wasn't even thinking about that. He had the event that Zoro runs, the Shut Up event. That's pretty interesting. Okay, it wasn't the event I was expecting, but it's the one we got. Do we want to take out this Chopper? I kind of do. Kind of do. Let's push this at life. Use the card action. Send one back. Buff the leader. He's just going to Red Rock next turn. He's going to Red Rock the Shanks. He's 100% going to Red Rock the Shanks. Then we can do Luffy or Queen or something like that. I think I do want to take out this... No, I don't care about the blocker. I changed my mind. I want to take out this, because this can just summon dudes. Now that I know he's playing this blocker as well, he's got to go. He's just summoning blockers all day. We could have gone at life there, but if he's just going to Red Rock the Shanks, I don't think we can go for game on the following turn anyway. And I've got to imagine he's going to Red Rock it. That seems like a really strong play to me. Then he could maybe even attack into the kid. We can defend the kid. Have 4. He could do 9 into 6. It would cost everything. Could defend it. That would be a choice to make. Sends one to the bottom. Yep, debuff the kid. Red Rock, get rid of Shanks. Will it just be 9 into kid? 8. I don't know, 7 into kid? 7 into 7. Can't be right either. We'll give him the Ben Beckman. Yeah, not sure about that one. We've got a Law blocker. We're definitely going to block her up with Queen here. The Luffy's great, but he'll be great next turn, so 2. So, what's this? This is there's all kinds of stuff he can be playing, right? Red Hawk, Rad Beam, Guard Point. Is he going to rest my Queen? I want to get the value out of the kid. Yeah, I'm going to not play around it. He has some crazy event that I don't know about, so be it. Go to the kid here. Hack in for 8. Use the card action. Send one back. We can even play the Law here just for fun. Gonna block with the Chopper. That's okay. We'll ramp back up. We are only at 9. We don't have a Gum Gum Giant, but again, he doesn't know that. Bring in... In fact, do we even just not bluff it? We probably just don't bluff it. Get the max value out of our swings, and then we'll just play the Law as a blocker / a guy. Next turn, we can do the Luffy. We've got the Jambay. Well, there's one of them. Gonna summon a chump blocker. You have another one? Okay, he has a lot of these events. Interesting for sure. But we got a life still, so that's okay. Deploy this. No card action needed. End the turn. We don't have a lot of counter, but we do have 2 blockers. New gates can come down. Okay, you can remove the queen. That's okay. That is okay. Hopefully no more chump blockers coming out. This is a really cool build. Counter this guy. This is crazy. I was not expecting any of this, really. Hiking bears coming out. Yep, you can have that one. That's all good. Do we ever counter this with the Usahachi? No, we keep the Usahachi, right? Because we can just rest the chopper. Yeah. We just take. It's all good. We're going to go with the Usahachi, deploy this, rest chopper. Bring in good numbers. We can do 9. Goes to 7, so that'd be 9. We can do 999. I think we do... I'm going to do 8 first. No, I'm going to do 9. Yeah, I'm going to do 9 first, because if he takes this, then we don't even need to put Don on the law. Use the card action. Set one back. Buff the leader up. And we get one more Don as well, actually, so it's like 9-10. This could be a Rad Beam, of course, is what I'm thinking, right? Rad Beam, if we swing 8, he has a super clean block out of that with the Rad Beam. Gonna take there. Okay, so I think we'll just go 5. Law, get 1 card out of his hand, and put everything on Luffy, and hopefully win the game from there. Gives us a 2. Ramp. We'll attach all the Don, and swing in 14 on 5. Ah, it was just a guard point. Okay, well played to our opponent. Yeah, GG's. That was a wacky build. Very, very cool deck. Very cool, actually. Hey, it did better than I was expecting. I'm not going to lie. These chump blockers coming out, really annoying for a deck like this that's playing 1 dude a turn. Yeah, I'm sure I could have done something different if I'd known what the hell he was doing. But this is nothing like the builds of Marco that I'm used to facing, with things like Sanji and Ivankov. Yeah, this is totally different. Really cool. I might have to give this a go. This was pretty neat. Either way, well played to our opponent, and let's move on. Okay, got a matchup into Shanks. So I think this should be a pretty reasonable matchup. I'm actually thinking about going second just to guarantee that ramp. Yeah, I'm going to go second. And we do get the Mr. 2, so, I mean, it's not ideal. He can get killed by Marco. But it's ramp. So I think I'm going to go with it. It's not too crazy. See what he wants to do. He might just swing 8 on 3. That's usually about their best play. Which is fine. It's fine. Yeah, just us being a 6k leader is pretty nice into them because they can never get value out of their leader effect, really. Or not max value anyway, right? Well, that's maybe too many Mr. 2s, but what a time to be alive. Look at this. 3? I didn't really need 3. We'll take this one. We're getting Usahachi. That's okay. Pass it over, please, sir. Pass it over. Any moment now. Love this. Oh, he's going to do his 8s, and then he's going to go to the bathroom. Take a dump. Bro. Okay, he woke up. Very good. There's a Zorojuro. Do we ever play that? I don't think so. Just deploy this. If it gets killed by a Marco, it gets killed by a Marco. I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. We'll do 7 on 5. We'll either get a life or a 2k here. Probably the life. But I'm not that worried either way. The Mr. 2s are actually pretty reasonable in this matchup if they don't just die to Marco. Because he plays big guys, right? He plays big guys, so he becomes big guy. But never mind, as we thought, there is the Marco. We can drop 2 more Mr. 2s. And honestly, I don't think we have anything better to do. I'm not playing Queen this turn. But you know what? Mr. 2 army. Why not? Bro's gonna be like, what the fuck is this? The Mr. 2 gang. To be fair, I'm like, what the fuck is this? At least we're gonna be at 1 Gorillion Don next turn. Well, he's on 7. Quite funny. Quite funny indeed. But yeah, we do need to draw some top end, right? We absolutely do need to draw some top end. The Mr. 2s are cool. But the rest of this hand kind of sucks. Like, currently we're looking at like Queen, which is not great. We'll give him the Zorojuro. We definitely don't need him. We've got enough ramp for a whole lifetime. Is this another pissing Marco? It's got to be another Marco, right? Yeah, we'll give him a 2 here. Yeah, it's another Marco, isn't it? Oh, bugger off. Oh wow, this hand is shocking actually now. Oh, it looks like we're going with Queen. Does look like we're going with Queen. Do we ever want to take out these Marcos? I kind of do. I kind of do. They're starting to put on a little bit of pressure now. Go 8 into 1 with the Mr. 2. Yeah, you can minus them 2, but I think it's fine. It's fine. Could have gone double Queen as well, I guess. But if he lets one of these go, then the Queen can actually protect the Mr. 2, essentially, which is quite nice. Or at least force like a bunch of attacks into the Mr. 2 rather than anywhere else, which is alright. He's going to counter out that one. We'll go Queen, use the card action. One back. Yeah, yeah, this hand's bad. This is not looking good. Well, let's hope one of these Marcos dies, I guess. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, this hand's shocking. Look at this. No top end at all. We had if we had Shanks this turn, it would have been a great turn to play Shanks. But no, we've got like blockers, 2s, and ramp. Not good. Good. But our draw next turn should be something pretty good. So hopefully we can get maybe a Shanks down next turn before he can. That'd be quite good. Now we'll just have to see. He's working out whether he wants to save this Marco. Is he going to bring it back from the grave? Nope. So at least one of them died. Let's ramp back. Don't think this Don's really doing anything. But, you know, we can bluff a Red Hawk. Okay, there's Ben. Yep, that's pretty good. Pretty good. We're going to have to take this 8. If it's just 7, we can counter. That's a mistake. I think I don't know what this Don is doing, but it should be on the Marco. Because I do think we have to just rely on the top deck. If we take down to 1, we're in a really iffy spot. I'm going to counter there. And then he's got 1 up for a Rad Beam. Newgate's good. Okay, we at least get something. Go the Newgate. Probably just swinging this at life. Or we could swing 9 at Marco. This makes me feel like he has a Rad Beam and can just use it to save the Marco, though. Even just by trashing. I think we go at life. I'm gonna leave the 1 up just in case we get a Gum Gum Giant off the life. Because he's gonna take this anyway. Never mind, I completely lied. He didn't take it. That seems really unnecessary. You've got 4 life left. Interesting. Well, it appears his hand is not amazing either. Oh wow, the whiff? Bro, what is going on here? That was not what I was looking for. Okay. Let's use this. This is a shocking game. Got a Gum Gum Giant. You know, we can go with the Onami here as well. So I'll trash the Zorojuro. Then we'll ramp back. I'm gonna go with a 6, then a 10, then an Onami. Hold 1 up for this Gum Gum Giant. Hopefully we can draw something better next turn. We didn't draw it this turn, that's for sure. Happy to sack off the Onami blocker, maybe even the Queen if we have to. It is what it is. Gonna counter out of that one. That's all good. Then we'll hit him with the 10. He'll take this, of course. We'll go with the Onami. Trash the Law for a couple there. Okay, so we've got Kid. But it's looking like we might have to trash him for the Gum Gum Giant. 6 on 6. Go. No blocker. No. Trash. Resolve. We'll go. No blocker. Trash. Resolve. Because this is looking like a Shanks, right? This is looking like Shanks all day long. Yeah, don't love it. Go no blocker, Gum Gum Giant. 1, 2. Trash Kid. Buff this. Resolve. Will we get Shanks of our own? 7 on 6. I'll take this one. There's another Shanks. Hey, he's got big Shanks. Oh, I wasn't expecting the big Shanks. If we Shanks, we can't Gum Gum Giant, which sucks. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that Shanks. I was expecting the Rush Shanks. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, I think he's just got us on this game. This is just, yeah, I think he's just got us on this one. Do 6 on 5. I mean, we've got 2 blockers. It's the fact that we can't hold one up for the Gum Gum Giant really does stink. That really does stink. We ever go for game with these units? Really? It will kind of suck. Eggs. We might have to, right? If we do Shanks, so let's say we take out the Ben Beckman. Maybe even take out the Ace with the Queen. Take both of them out. Still got 4 massive swings, and we've got Piss All Counter and no Gum Gum Giant. I think we have to go for game with these, which is awful. We got 6, 7. Wow, that is just shocking. We've got to go for it though, right? There's no other way. There's no other way. Just hope he's completely bricked. Yeah, not good. At least if this was like a Nika, we'd maybe have a chance. No, that's... Yeah, that's going to be the game, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's nothing really here for us to do. We'll just concede. GG's to our opponent. And that was a tough one. That was really bad draws. So let me know what you thought about those games. What do you think about that Marco list? Man, that Marco list was crazy. And the draws in that loss were not ideal, as we say in the business. But yeah, I think this deck is really fun. This is one of my favourite decks, this format for sure. It's definitely worse than Purple Luffy. But it's honestly, it's so much more fun than Purple Luffy. Playing just all these massive dudes, making your leader enormous is hilarious. 8k, even 9k sometimes. And the Shanks debuffing their dudes as well. This is a really fun playstyle. If you've never played Red Purple Luffy, you've got to give him a go. You've got to give him a go now. Before people work out exactly what this deck's doing as well. Because there are still some people that aren't too familiar with this deck at least. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.